All right, back again, guys.
Hello.
Good to see you. Good to see you
Hello.
for the first time. What's up, guys?
This is
Yeah.
a really shitty setup, but we're working on it.
Hey, first video podcast.
That's all we can say.
Yeah. Hey, it's all,
So
only amateurs. You know what I mean? We're not professionals. We don't claim to be. But
not yet.
yeah.
I mean,
not
we
yet.
have professional audio equipment, but that's because that's what we were most worried about.
Yeah, as long as the sound quality's good, then why the fuck else? But people said we should turn it into a show, so here we are. Back again.
Back again.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Twin
If you're,
Lakes Cast,
if you're listening to this episode, then thank you very much for listening, and hope you enjoy this podcast. We just want to get into base level and just really come at you and tell you what this podcast is really about, why this podcast is here, and what it's meant to do. You know what I mean? I feel like I started this, or we started this to change people's minds about reality, in a sense, like their reality, being trapped in a cage, just
Yeah.
like to the spread of information. Like we've seen, like I don't know. I speak for myself, but like I've seen great philosophers throughout time, and I always wanted to like be one of them, kind of like be a great philosopher, be someone who has the knowledge, who has the information, who which people don't carry often and need to carry, because I find like one too many people don't know what's going on in their surroundings. They're like a lost little lamb. Yeah,
I feel like we started this to just show people that there's two sides of every coin, that we all what am I trying to say? That we all to just for people to open their eyes. To open their eyes to maybe a new idea or a new thought that they never came across before, or a person they've never heard before that we've talked about that they'll go find. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're not a stepping stone, but if you stick with us, you'll follow the path with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm a little bit farther along the path than most, and we can teach people through this podcast to just look outside the box and what it takes to do so. It's not that hard.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, it's not. I mean, the first step is introducing people to new ideas.
Yeah.
And they can either be ignorant about it and get upset, or they can
take
it in stride and be like, I never even thought of that.
Well, I really want to go into this. I've had complaints of like cursing on here and it being like stoner rambling and stuff, and I want to get off of that. But I just want to put in that like this is also comedy as well as education.
Yeah, we're not
meant to be dry humor like this is a documentary about blah blah blah. I want people to learn, but I want people to have fun and have a good time and laugh your fucking ass off. Like, if I'm not cursing or swearing at you, that means I'm probably not your friend.
Yeah, honestly.
You know what I mean? If I talk to you like a boss, like you're my boss, then you're probably not my friend, honestly. That's bad to say.
I don't know. It's just like
statement.
it's half
comedy, half knowledge.
Yeah.
Half wisdom.
I would go that. Would go that. Yeah.
And
we're just trying to entertain people and just teach them at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I see JRE and I see the stuff he does, and I felt like it needed one more step on it to go to the next level of knowledge. Like, no one's doing that step. You know what I mean? We're kind of the step to get past, like, he's base level, like, get better in your diet and work out like this and check this out. And we're more like, oh, check out this band you never heard of. Or, did you know what they're doing with this drug? Or blah, blah, blah. Or did you know about this spirituality side? Or how the dimensions work? Or this and that. We get into various topics. Or religion or Jesus. Or stuff that I feel like they don't cover enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They kind of don't delve into like we delve into. And people get offended by that. And you need to just have an open mind. You need to look at everything with an open mind. Like, don't be like, oh, yeah, praise these guys because whatever they're doing, everything's 100% true, everything's 100% real, or everything's bullshit. Don't look at it that way.
No.
Just take little bits and pieces because everybody has a piece of the puzzle, and I feel like we have a pretty big piece to give to the public. You know what I mean? And this is all for the people. Like I said, I'm going to or we're going to the march. There's a march coming up on the 5th of November in Washington, D.C., and I will be attending this march.
The 1 million man march?
The Million Mask March.
Oh.
For,
I see.
Yeah, you see.
I see.
Remember the 5th of November?
Yeah,
So
we aren't even Britain.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I know.
We are Britain now.
It's the
We are Britain
It's
now.
the principle behind what it stood for.
It is. Blowing up fucking parliamentary building. It's like fuck no, it's just fuck getting pushed around. Like the truckers right now are
the trucker strike thing?
Yeah, that trucker strike's happening right now. Like,
is it right now?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it is.
Maybe that's why a jar of peanut butter was fucking $3.
Dude, it's gonna
today.
Fucking skyrocket. I don't maybe they might have stocked up and planned for it, but I don't know.
Bought a little jar of peanut butter, some fucking English muffins, and two half gallons of milk. It was fucking $14. I was like,
but
what?
Food prices are going up. This is what I try to get into every podcast. Like, you
can't go in that place without spending $20.
I mean, you're never making enough money to pay what you're paying for. Like, they're raising taxes, but they're not raising your paycheck.
They're not raising wages. Yep.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we'll raise gas and we'll raise
this,
raise that, raise what you buy, raise the technology, blah blah blah. But we won't raise your money that you make. Why would we do that?
Did you see that article about like minimum wage jobs at like chain restaurants?
No.
And how they actually cost you more than you make?
I knew it. And how's that even possible?
Yeah, how's that even possible?
Because you go into debt really, and you have to borrow off of other people.
Yep.
And they're like, oh,
because
I figured that out.
That paycheck can't do shit.
I figured that out a long time ago. It's like, try paying with this measly ass nothing, like $200 every 2 weeks. Try paying like, all right, I gotta pay rent, insurance, phone bill, more insurance,
fucking internet,
food, internet. Yeah, right. Go fuck yourself. Like if you haven't looked at this as complete slavery for a while, then you've been looking at it the wrong way. Just like I've studied. You can go right now and look it up. The minimum wage should be like around $22 if it would have raised with
like
all the other taxes.
$21.60 it was saying.
So that's kind of insulting. I mean, people don't believe it. Just go look it the fuck up. I've seen it.
Yeah,
like
it's real. That's a real number.
It's a real number. $22. Wouldn't you go work at your minimum wage job for $22? I think everybody would. I think there'd be no people without jobs. I don't think there'd be people without jobs.
No, dude.
Everybody would be like, yeah, I want a job.
Just think about
$22? Are you kidding me?
Listen, if it was $22 an hour, minimum wage jobs, just think how like the quality of McDonald's would go up, like for the food. I'm being honest. Because look, if it's $22 an hour, there's fucking competition for that job now.
Plus they're putting more money into the system. The place is gonna be a better establishment. You know what I mean?
Everything would go up.
Yeah, everything goes up when you raise the bottom. Everything goes up. You know what I mean?
Please, it goes up.
But that still doesn't solve the issue because the government is still taking a nice hefty chunk out of your paycheck, and they're gonna keep doing it until it gets so ridiculous that people are like making nothing. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna take 70%. The government's in debt. So sorry. You know what I mean? They're just gonna do this whole debt bullshit.
Dude, they're already
for the rest of the time.
35 now?
Yeah, they're just, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, oh, all right, let's say I make $2,000.
You're only seeing $1,300.
Yeah. I'm only seeing $1,300. Are you fucking kidding me? Or how do you? Who runs those numbers? I really want to know.
Yeah.
Who the fuck runs those numbers? I think there should be a literal like a chart to where it's like, all right, 10 to 50,000. We take out $50 each paycheck or whatever. You know what I mean? Not like, oh, well, based on your wage, how many hours you work, and then we tax you on how much you work. So you work less. You actually make more money because we don't tax as much. How the fuck does that make sense? You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
Nothing makes sense. Just like I was watching a video today. There was a Democrat that was trying to get the government back up running, and they literally made a bill
Yeah,
They made a bill so he couldn't do anything, and only a Republican could open it back
Yep.
up. Like, it's ridiculous. They just like, oh yeah, we have total control. It's like, hey, look at it. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
and if he makes him look like a complete idiot, he's like, so you change the rules so no one in the house can change it but this one person.
Dude, there's so many loopholes. It's not even funny.
It's not loopholes or blockages, dude. The people at the top are blocking. I keep.
Well, they just make new laws on top of new laws on top of new laws.
Well, it's a bunch of bullshit. They're just covering their ass. It's like, oh, I could rape and kill you as long as I had a law to do it. A piece of paper that said it was all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what their
like
eyes.
That's how
All
close
right,
we're going.
We can destroy hundreds and hundreds of people as long as I sign this document. You know what I mean?
That's like
That's the connection people face now.
That's kind of what the level we're going. No, seriously, I can't get this out of my mind. Who said we couldn't curse anymore?
Just someone.
Just someone.
I don't want to.
I don't want you to name drop him either. But really,
well, not curse. It's just I said this. Shay shared on your page or whatever, and they didn't want to do it because there is some swearing in it. And I think it was the night we went a little bit racial. But people need to realize that they just need to stop being cunts and just
I
stop
just think
taking
people
things.
just need
Stop
to grow
taking
up
life
a little bit.
Stop taking life so seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not.
Please.
We're just trying to introduce people into this higher thought.
We aren't on an organic spaceship fucking flying through space.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
like life isn't so
form.
serious.
One life form.
So don't stop taking it so seriously. You know?
Yeah. I agree to that. I hate when I watch a documentary that's just way too fucking dry and they have nothing to like.
Yeah, nothing.
Haha, I'm not laughing at anything. It's like bullshit, dude. Bullshit.
Nothing.
I'd like to hear Carl Sagan just be like, "Wow, look at that fucking star. That is so sweet. That looks like seriously."
Yeah, like stoner rambling. Fucking Carl Sagan. That's all he spit was stoner rambling.
And most of it was right.
Yeah.
Dude, and he flew on a fucking spaceship, so you gotta tell me how
He
high he
didn't
was.
fly on a spaceship.
Yeah, he did.
No.
On the show, he was on a spaceship, bro. He was flying through outer space. He was like, as we explore the galaxy. And then, like, faking that shit. How high do you have to be pressing those buttons on there that don't even work?
Carl Sagan baked
ripped.
all day, every day.
Ripped.
Avid.
Yeah, but we always get into weed, and people are probably like, oh, it's you stoners and man, weed, and it must be this horrible thing if you've never smoked it. It must be horrible to never smoke it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of benefits to it, and they're starting to get really behind giving cannabis oil to
people
like all medical
understand.
patients and
People
curing
just need to
all
understand
kinds of
that
diseases.
like
you stop putting bars on humanity in every form.
marijuana is a tool, much like a hammer. You know, with that hammer, you can either A, build a house with it, or B, fucking smash yourself in the head and dick with it. You know, you can't blame the hammer for what you did. You know,
can't blame the tool. It's like you shoot somebody. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna outlaw guns because this guy shot somebody. No, you outlaw the pills that he took before he shot some people. They're called anti-depressants, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's
95% of all school shootings, the kid who did it was on antidepressants.
I know that. I know because what they're doing is they're already lowering our vibration and shit and trying to keep us down and trying to keep us like oppressed mentally, physically, everything. And that's pushing on people's thoughts. And when they're so desperate that they want to reach out for a pill and the pill actually brings them down lower, that's what gets them to commit suicide. Like these pills are meant to just push you over the edge. So they're meant to be like
they give you suicidal thoughts.
I feel like medicine, like the government distributes, is almost a thing like, here, take this. We're doing studies on you or we're killing you. It doesn't matter. Because they're just trying to decrease the population. That's the only thing they're concerned with. They only see you as a number. They don't see you as a person. They're not connected to you. They see you on a piece of paper. Oh, who's this guy? Who's this John Matthews on here? Oh, well, we'll just give him whatever, and then we'll trace him throughout his life and see what the pill does to him. You know what I mean? If he shoots up a school shooting, then we know that's what that drug does. You know what I mean? It makes
the problem is they barely test them now.
No, I think they're testing them while they're using them on people. They don't even. That's what I'm getting behind. You sign your name, you sign your fucking ID, and they just monitor you for a while, and it all goes to a database, and they just monitor you and go, okay, this is what the pill does. Obviously, he's going to the doctor for this, or he's going to this for that, and it means
just so
like,
gross, dude.
obviously this is what that's doing. It's gross that you can release something to the FDA and they won't approve it, but you can still release it, and it could just be nothingness in there.
Yeah.
And that could be there for 20 years until someone actually makes a case of it and like studies it. So you could just have sugar pills and be like, this is the best
and then
muscle builder in the world.
And then the case will be pushed back.
Yeah,
and
the
then pushed back,
FDA,
and then pushed back.
works with the pharmaceutical
and then they'll just
companies.
pay off. Then they'll just pay everybody off.
Dude, the FDA works with
the
the pharmaceutical companies to pass like those horrid drugs.
I know.
Like heroin's one of the they observe people for smoking opium over in like China and Malaysia and stuff, and it's like the worst addiction you can have.
Dude.
And yet they're like, yeah, let's grab some of those plants, bring them to America, and feed them to all our civilians.
Dude, there
like,
was
are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
1901.
I would have fucking cockslapped that dude.
In 1901, in this newspaper article, there was heroin being sold right next to fucking Tylenol, or aspirin or something. It was aspirin and heroin on the same page. Like, buy them both.
Yeah, like they had Coke, real Coke, and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, why did they remove stupid shit like that, like Coke from Coca-Cola, yet we're still stuck with heroin and aspirin and all this bullshit that you don't need? And there's also like a herbal. You can go to the herbal side and they sell that too, but they make it 10 times more expensive.
Yep.
And you know why that is? Because like, hey, this shit actually works over here. Look at this shit. That's why it's way more expensive. Because it actually works. It's proven. It's passed. It's organic. You know what I mean? And the other shit is just like, it gives you 20 side effects, and we haven't really tested it at all yet. So you're kind of the test monkey. We'll just observe you for a while. You know what I mean? And if you ever hear any of those commercials like, oh, now giving away free 30-day samples of blah, 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 never buy that shit. Why would you ever buy that? You're a test subject. You're a monkey for some pill that some guy made up in a laboratory. Could be a fucking college student. Like, yeah, I'm just going to sell this, whatever.
Yep.
See how many people it kills. Like, I'm telling you, they're only interested in decreasing the population and making money, dude. That's all it's about. And it's fucking horrible how this. I don't get how there aren't people at the top that are like, dude, that's fucked up. Why would you do that?
They're making money, dude. That's it. They're making money. Whatever. They're making money, and they don't directly see it.
Well, I wish LSD could rain from the skies one day.
I wish.
So they could just look up and be able to feel all the shit that they've ever done in their life.
Do you know what it needs to be? We just need to put LSD in the water.
Dude, if that would be what's that movie that's in?
Men Who Stare at Goats.
Yeah, LSD in the water. That'd be go. I'm not recommending that anybody go
No.
do that.
I was just talking about
that
a
would
movie. Please,
that's what
please,
almost
people. I'm not condoning any of
it
these
almost
practices.
needs to be done though, because like, dude, how are people gonna wake up? They need hallucinogens. These people need. I always go back to that. Like, people are like, oh, this kid probably just likes to trip a lot and blah blah blah, and it's all about tripping. No. If I use entheogens and hallucinogens and psychedelics to manifest reality, to get in deeper states of meditation, or to help with any mental issues I'm facing at all, or to study more, or there's a lot of different side effects.
You use it like you're fucking building a house with your hammer, dude.
Yeah,
you're not
tool. Yep, shamanistic. You use it I use it shamanistically for healing and moving towards a knowledge, not like I'm gonna party and get fucked up.
Yep.
No.
Exactly.
Nope. I don't do that anymore. Sorry, guys. But I did, and if you have any questions about any psychedelics, feel free to ask me, because I feel like that's the one thing I know.
You've traveled the waters.
I have traveled the waters very, very deeply, and I can tell you anything about it. And I've come back from the lowest lows and went to the highest highs, and I'm telling you right now, like, I'm back and I'm alive. You know what I mean? And I can tell you, and I'm not addicted to any one thing. And I don't even do LSD anymore. You know what I mean? It's a whole process of learning. Like, they're learning one step to the next step to the next step. That's why these ancient cultures had entheogens and mushrooms, all this shit, because they're like, all right, do a ritual every whatever full moon, like
Yep.
give themselves
Every
a month
3
to
weeks or
recover,
whatever.
yeah, and be like, all right, now we can connect with the energies that are there and the vibrations that are there. Like I was reading up on this stuff, and
The rain dance, dude.
It's like-
Anything like that.
it's like the Earth is way older than we ever thought possible. Like the ancients were studying peoples before them.
No, we kind of figured out how old the Earth is.
Well, I mean, just civilizations started
I
way.
I think like agriculture, I have no evidence to support this.
Yeah, but I'm saying I looked up something where the Egyptians were actually they weren't even old. Like there was people way before.
Yeah, but when
them.
you start going into like the Clovis Comet,
and the Sumerians and stuff.
would you like when you go?
You are obsessed with this Clovis Comet.
Yeah, because it wiped out all civilization on North America 14,000 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's all the sky drawings. Maybe that's all the sky pictures. Maybe it has something to do with that comet. But it also
Or
has
maybe
something to
that's
do with
when-
Venus and Mars and
Or
Saturn
maybe that's
in our
when
orbit.
fucking shit had to restart.
Is that the restart button?
Yeah, and you know,
A comet?
and after 14,000 years and a fucking huge comet that destroyed everything, after that, you know, the only thing that's left is stone and rocks. So that's why there was nothing left, because that
Yeah, but there was civilizations before that. Maybe
exactly.
they just
but if they were Stone Aged people,
how do you know they were Stone Age? Maybe they had tons of shit and it just got buried by a new level of Earth or something. Who knows?
we would have
Or the
found it in
water or
ground.
whatever in
we
the
would have found it
deepest.
in the ground. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's in the deepest depths of the ocean.
Shit got just because there's nuclear glass. When you dig down till like 14,000 years ago, all over the planet is nuclear glass.
Nuclear glass
Yes.
that comes from a comet explosion, I guess.
Yep. A catastrophic disaster.
Well, they all speak of a catastrophic disaster.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
I think that's why the ancients always wrote
And
of
that's-
stars and
And
the
that's
moon.
why all the pyramids were still left, because that's all that would be left, because that's all that's left after
Well,
a
I
nuclear
think-
bomb.
I think honestly,
Stones and rock.
wait, they said that the pyramids were actually straight on the sides and weren't like blocked down.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, that's what the original pyramids were. They're actually straight, perfectly straight on the sides.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
And not like block. And so I'm thinking that all that was flooded at one point. You know what I mean? Maybe the comet or whatever hit in the water and flooded the world.
well,
Sun.
on the inside of the Sphinx,
sun.
there's flooding damage, and the last time the Nile River flooded was when Egypt was a jungle, not a desert.
A fucking jungle. Wow.
And that was
Wow.
9,000 years ago.
That makes me look at Egyptian life at such a different.
It was a
perspective.
jungle,
Why do they always show it as a fucking desert?
because that's what it was 3,000 years ago. But 9,000 years ago, when there's flooding damage on the inside of the Sphinx, was the last time the Nile River flooded.
Were the Egyptians there when the Sphinx was built before the Egyptians?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. On the
Yeah.
inside is flooding damage, and the last time the Nile River flooded was when it was a fucking rainforest.
Way before the Egyptians. ever were there.
9,000 years ago.
Yeah. When were the Egyptians? 3,000.
Like 6,000.
Yeah.
We can
that's-
date them
that's what I'm
back to-
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the early cultures were studying even earlier cultures.
But that 3,000 year gap, that's crazy. Because back then Egypt was like a rainforest. 9,000 years ago, we know Egypt was a rainforest. Well, like Cairo and shit, like on the Nile River, that was a rainforest.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
The desert took over.
Climate change?
No, the Sahara Desert's just going this way, and that's why Iraq and shit. That's why that's all desert now. That wasn't like Mesopotamia and shit. That always wasn't a desert.
What is a desert? Does it just spread like a fucking virus? What the fuck
Yeah.
is it?
It's the people.
That's what I'm saying. It's the virus of the earth. What the fuck
No,
is it? It's
no,
like
it's
the
the
cold.
planet. It's like the white blood cells of the planet. It's like, all right, when this area gets too fucked up, everything's gonna die and it's gonna become a desert for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You don't know the connection to it. You're just like babbling on about whatever you think. But I don't know, dude.
It's close to the equator.
either.
It's close to the
I don't know
equator.
either.
All the deserts are close to the
Oh,
equator.
so you think that's why? Because it's the hottest in the center, or that's what gets the most sun. That's why.
No rainfall. That's what it
And
is.
no rainfall.
No rainfall, no humidity.
Why is that? Is that because they're not in
the
the air belt?
Acatarma Desert in Peru. It never rained there, ever. ever. And we can figure. I don't know. Scientists fucking figured
Yeah,
that
you
out.
just dig deep enough, and if you don't find
Never
fucking
rained.
water, then it never rained.
It never rained. There's no life, not even on a bacterial level.
Really?
Really.
How do places like that exist on the earth?
No life at all.
You wonder, those are like almost different fucking. Look, like how that's so different to the reality I'm in right now.
Just think about
like,
that.
Just switch. Just like close your eyes and you're in a desert. Like how
Yeah.
much different would that fucking be?
Oh. Just imagine
Like the
if they
coldest
drop-
nights ever. The coldest nights of your life, like negative 30 degrees, and the hottest days ever.
Not like negative 30.
Dude, I
but
was in
like,
Texas. It was like negative 20 in the morning.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
negative 18 degrees. That's what it gets to. It's a desert, dude. There's no warmth. It's like you get outer space cold.
Dude, that makes me think.
There was cold mornings where you couldn't even go outside. It was recommended not even go outside that early in the morning, like 4 in the morning. Don't go outside.
In the desert.
Yeah, you'll be dude. You're freezing.
I thought it got
and it's
down-
not that cold where,
Listen to me. I
where you
thought
can
it
wear a
went to,
coat.
like-
It's that cold,
Yeah.
dude. Like
It's so dry. Yeah.
dude, right through your whole body. Just
Yep.
yeah. They don't go outside at 4 in the morning in the desert.
Dude,
It's
that-
deadly.
listen, dude, that's so crazy. Oh, no. I can't even think about that. Because I thought it like the desert only got down to like 20 degrees at night.
Dude, have you watched Pacific
Oh, fucking the Jaeger
Rim? Yeah,
with the Jaegers.
yeah. The Jaegers.
I forget what
That's such a fucking ploy to sell Jaeger alcohol. I swear, dude. That's such
No.
They just paid enough money to have them called Jaegers. They're like, all right,
no.
we'll fund this movie
Well,
if you have
well,
the
like
things
mechs,
called Jaegers.
like mechs, like Gundams, like the American word
Remember,
is
wasn't
Jaeger.
it Jaeger Zero or something like that? Wasn't that one Gundam show?
That was
Where you could
Zoids.
Zoids. Yes, go watch Zoids. If you never watched Zoids, it's so amazing, dude. Back in the day, at least, it was sick.
That's funny.
It was sick as fuck.
But yeah, the Jaegers. It was good. I liked Pacific Rim. I thought it was real good. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was
I mean,
okay.
Gundam movie, but they took it.
No.
Actually, Big O.
No, it was
It was a Big O.
it was
like-
a Japanese anime. I forget what it's called though.
Yeah, but it was like a Big O kind of. Big O. They need to make a Big O movie. Fuck it, dude. I can't wait for that Godzilla to come out.
Dude, doesn't that look so good? Oh man, fucking Oppenheimer quoting the Bhagavad Gita.
How does he read the Bhagavad Gita? I don't get it. Like, is there English translations for it? It's just a. How do you know that's what it's from?
Cause that's where it's from.
The book of the. That's not even the Book of the Dead. That's a different thing.
Yeah, it's like a story. He quotes the Hindu scripture
Yeah.
about when what's his name? I forget who.
It's like Shiva's talking to Shakti or something like that.
And it's one of them
forget what it is.
says that. I am death. Fucking destroyer of worlds.
Destroyer of worlds. So sick. So sick. But I don't know. I'm feeling like this is kind of cutting out. You want to pick it back up, or would you like to end it and just we're having the Zebcast on
Well,
tomorrow.
yeah, we're having Zeb
We
on
just really
tomorrow.
wanted to test
We
out
yeah,
the,
this was more so a
the
test than
video.
anything.
Yeah, but are we even gonna post it? I mean,
We'll go back and listen to it and see if it's worth posting. I'm sure it is.
yeah, there's some good information to be had. I mean, we didn't really cover it that much, though.
Really didn't have a
Congress, religion, what we're about. I
what
mean,
we're about.
there should be like a mission statement. Call this the mission statement.
Yeah.
I'll cut it down,
Yeah.
cut the end
Maybe.
off of it, and call it the mission statement. or
But then
something.
it'll be like real
Yeah,
terrible
we
at the
can't.
end.
We can't have that. No more. Sorry, people. I guess there's no more editing, so you're gonna have to listen to us babble on for
We're gonna have
unknown amounts of time.
we're just gonna have
till
to
you
try
cry.
to fill the dead space now.
Well, it's like we said. It's always better to have a guest. If Seb was here, it'd be a totally different experience.
Well, yeah, because we bounce. There's three
Yeah.
people to bounce ideas
Yeah.
off of, and someone's always has something to say.
Yeah, but just basically wanted to get down for myself and for anybody trying to start anything like this. Like, you should definitely base your ideas, like what you're gonna do it for early, because that gets your motivation up. Like, if you question what you're doing in life when you're doing it, like, say, why am I doing this? Do I really feel this way? Am I trying to change the world? What is my ultimate goal in this? You know what I mean? And that really helps you focus on your goal. It gets you motivated. It's like, why do I want to do this? Do I want to work in this place? Where am I going to go with this? Do I want to draw? Do I want to do this? Why are you pursuing what you're pursuing? Like, is there any goal to it? Is there any end to it? Is there any knowledge contained within, or wisdom, maybe to spread to the world and help people out there that don't know how to help themselves, and just help themselves to all the bad things in life.
And have a good fucking time.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
Well, don't be so critical of people. I feel like people are assholes sometimes, and it's just like,
Well,
dude,
they
stop being.
Because it just doesn't jive well with them.
No, it's because people are in such a bad mood all the time,
All the
because they're
time.
held down by the world, and they don't know how
So
to
they
get
got
their
screaming
energies up.
kids in their ears,
Well,
and
they
they got to wake up early and
they
go to their
don't-
9 to 5 job.
They don't know about
Monday through Friday.
real life. They don't
fucking-
know. They don't know about their energies. They
mortgage
don't know how
payment is
energies affect
due.
you. It's all money is a big part of it. Yeah,
Money is everything.
it is.
It's everything.
If you got rid of money, we'd have a much happier world.
Oh, please.
If it just worked on, I have this, so I'm going to give you this,
Yeah.
and you have that, so we need some of that. It'd be like the perfect world.
Or you
know
could
what I
just
mean?
have whatever you wanted.
Yeah. It's just
How about that?
It's like we grow abundance for everyone. You know what I mean?
How about if you
everyone works for
Yeah.
everyone's. Everyone is rich basically, but
Yeah.
everyone works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But everyone has a certain job.
Yeah.
But everyone gets paid the same. So
And gets-
everyone
and
is
gets a
awesome
bank.
at that job.
Yeah, and gets bank.
Yeah. You know, like if I had to be a janitor, but I could buy anything I wanted, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's just people get greedy.
And I would be the
because-
best janitor
yeah,
in the
it's-
world.
Yeah, anything you want. It's just people can't get fucking greedy. You can't go buy like stupid, useless things. That's where the end of stupid, useless things would come. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Because everyone could get whatever they've ever
They
dreamed
needed.
of.
Yeah, it's like, what do you?
And then
need
once
to-
you have it, then
once
what
you-
else there is
yeah,
there? There's
exactly.
nothing
but yourself.
but yourself.
You find out that once you stop fulfilling your material possessions, you
Yep.
can fulfill your spiritual possessions.
Yep. You start thinking.
But that's
like,
what you need all along. People chase the physical, but what people really need is the spiritual. And it's not going into Jesus, and it's not going into this, and it's not going into that. It's just noticing that there's a whole different kind of life that you can observe.
a reality.
Like a whole different reality that people just pass by, and they don't know why they're mad or what upsets them or why they're having a bad groove one day and a good groove the next day. It's all based on energy. And you can say it's science, but I like the term it's spirituality, because that puts in it a belief. Science is more of a study. I want to have a belief in wisdom. A belief in wisdom. And that's what I believe spirituality is. A belief in connection with all things. A belief that you are God in a sense, to where you know that you can become.
You can create your own reality.
Yeah,
that's
you
for
can
fuck
you
sure.
can manifest, you can create, and not even that it just leads to other avenues. Once you open your mind to being spiritual, it leads to every other avenue to evolve your perception. Every other one you could think of. It's just like, oh, once I open my mind to just simple things like this, I can actually follow the path without being subjective of the teacher or the way it was said or the video quality or this or that, you know what I mean, or the person. It's all about not being subjective. I always find myself, the greatest thing I've ever learned from not one of the greatest things I've ever learned from meditation and spirituality is like to be a good observer of how I'm living my life, so I can know when my ego is taking over and be able to stop it from taking over and not let.
Well, you'll
because
never be able to stop it.
Well, you are able to stop it, but you just have to observe when it's coming. Like, you can't stop it that it's coming,
Like,
but
dude,
you can
like,
stop the action that it causes.
Like Alex Gray talks about the ego death, and he's just said it's only like achieved, like maybe once or twice in your life, but then the ego always comes back.
The ego will always return, but it's the way of. What I mean by meditation helps me is because you can observe better. You can see an outside perspective, so you can ask yourself, like, in the middle of a sentence, like, am I acting this way? Am I acting this way? Am I acting with ego? Am I acting to, why am I doing this? Why am I looking in the mirror? Or why am I dressing this way when I'm going to a gym to sweat with people? Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? Just simple. Like, people try to look good at gyms, and it's just like, hey, douchebag, you're here to work out. I thought that was the point of gym, not to look good for everybody. Same with girls too. It's like, oh, you just come here to fucking wear your tight pants even though your ass isn't really that good. You know what I mean? Come on now. Stop
Yeah.
kidding the world.
I've been saying for years, yoga pants is like the push-up bra for a girl's ass.
Oh yeah, it is.
It just makes it look it looks so good, but
so
as soon
good.
as you
Yep.
as soon as you take them off, you're just like, meh.
It's like wrapping up hamburger meat extra tight, bro.
Yep.
I'm just for all you lady listeners out there,
they just tune the fuck out.
Yeah, but they know it's fucking true. They know it's true. If there was a cock push-up thing, I'm sure guys would get it, like a thing you could just attach on, like an attachment.
An attachment?
Yeah, they could just like tape on there, and it's like goes down your legs, like ladies. See, it doesn't work the same way. You know what I mean? They can almost lure us in. I don't think guys can do that with chicks.
No,
it doesn't work too well.
No, it does not.
It's not like hey, look at this. No. What the fuck?
She'd be like, "What the fuck, you fucking crazy psycho."
Yeah, but girls act like you try to get it hard, and then they try to go get something else. It's fucking bullshit. In my experiences, at least. I don't really want to get into this level of conversation.
I was
at the
about to
moment.
say.
These red lights are really they gotta go, man. I'm telling you.
They gotta go.
We gotta get higher lights. And what I mean is by higher is because the reason why I feel like these podcasts are always going back to base level knowledge and going back to the low frequencies is because we have red lights hanging around us, red and orange.
Yeah.
And those are the colors that represent the low frequencies. So it's actually fueling our energies to think that way. And
but is that a bad thing?
It is a bad thing because it's harder for us to go up into the higher chakras with these energies around.
Yeah, that's true.
And even though the higher chakras are there and the presence of spiritual knowledge is there, it's getting like diluted by the red energy and the orange energy. Like it's good for, like I said, it all represents something. Like you'll find a synchronicity in everything. Like we started with red and orange. That's because of the bottom chakras. You start at the bottom, you go to the top. We put these up, and then we're setting up the camera. And by the time we get this and that, and it's all set up, we'll have the lights to go around, and it'll be a full like presence of mind, like a presence of what we're all about. Like you don't dab into it too much, but you're the one who taught me like to study about spirituality, you know what I mean, and Buddha and the chakras, but like I don't feel like you don't delve into it that much.
I do, and I don't.
Yeah, it's you fucking cynical bastard.
Mm.
But I think that's gonna be the end for this one, guys. I love all you guys out there. Thanks for listening.
Yes, thanks for sticking in there. I know there's quite a few people out there that kind of tune in every week. Been tracking you guys. I know you at. I see you. I see you.
I see you hiding in them basements.
I see you. Jesus. But yeah, there's a couple of you guys out there that you've watched every one so far, and we really appreciate that.
Absolutely, that's awesome. That's awesome. I hope this is helping you out in some way.
In some way, shape, or form,
yeah,
or in the future, someone comes back and listens to this. I hope this helps you in your journey or the journey to find yourself, whatever your journey is.
Yep. Well, that is the ultimate journey. So that is the journey, but people tend to not know that until it's too late. Journey to find yourself, man, what you're all about. You know what I mean? The journey to look inside. I get this thing behind me. I get into it again.
What?
I get like I was just gonna say. I get like when you go into meditation, like it's you want to travel outside yourself and fly through space, but you realize the only space is inside yourself.
Yeah. And
you're actually inhabiting it. But we're gonna end on that amazing note.
I don't even know what I was saying, but okay.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Please.
Share it with all your friends. I mean, the Zebcast is going to be up next.
Yeah, Zeb's coming up next.
That should be interesting. The first
one
was
his second
pretty good.
time back. Yeah, his first one was really good.
And I was reminded of something the other day. Like, people see that, like, even if this isn't helping the listeners, it's helping the people that come on the show. Tremendously. I feel
tremendously, for
like
sure.
They always say, like, oh yeah, it's more of like a psychology session. Like, we're getting out just past emotions, regressions, regressed feelings, and that's why I kind of like the lower levels, because that's what helps people. That's what fuels the fire.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But no, we need the higher levels. We need all. We need them all.
Or we keep the red ones up on the walls, and we get like some blue and green like stand lights for like back here and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then get like some purple ones and like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Got to do it up. Definitely be accessorized on here pretty soon. But it was good. It was good, and we'll see you again next time pretty soon. Peace out, guys.
Yep.
Much love.
Much love.